Rise from your grave.
How about that? Yeah!
Welcome to CRT Gaming, and today we're going to be playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This is part 2, so we're going to continue where we left off last time. And you know, this is where we play real games on real CRT TVs on real hardware. So this was captured on my ColorTrak RCA CRT TV, and it's the first time capturing this particular television. So been looking forward to this. I want to see how it looks, you know, once we get done here. On some of the test runs I did have kind of a rolling line that would show up that I did not see on the screen, of course. But you're going to get stuff like that when you're filming CRT TVs, and I, you know, messed with shutter speed, stuff like that on my iPhone, and so I don't know. We'll see how this goes, and I'll continue to work on it. Everything else looked good to me though, so hopefully that translates to you guys as well. And this is a curved screen CRT. So today we are going to go over and get our Jewel of Open. It's a jewel that allows you to open magically sealed doors. To do that, we are going to have to get to the outer wall of the castle, and we also may run into Maria on the way, so we're going to head over there. Might as well save my game here. There's one more save before, kind of a long little run before you get to another save area, so pretty safe in this area and on this path. Of course, we're using the weapon that we found on part 1, and we just went through the big room where we defeated the boss in part 1, so I want to keep that axe. Yeah, should get a big heart there. Alright, we are in the marble gallery, and I'll keep that holy water. I just changed my weapon to the holy water, so. And we'll take a look at our map and see how far we've completed so far. How much of the map we've completed, I should say. I really do enjoy watching enemies just kind of burst into flames. Alright, here's our last save point before we make our trek to the outer wall. And we've got a little unfinished business right here to attend to as well. I kind of, you know, if I'm near an area and I know that I won't have to come back to that area. This area we will, of course. There's a lot of backtracking in this game. It's a, you know, it's a Metroidvania before Metroidvania was invented, so there's some backtracking. But, you know, if you're going to be, if there's a place where you pick up an item and you're not going to need to go back to that place again, you know, if you're near it, go ahead and try to do it just to uncover that part of the map, because, you know, it tells you the percentage, and I always like to get as close to 200% ultimately as possible. And there's the item up there. We're going to grab that. And I believe that reveals how much damage you're doing to your enemies. That item just, yeah. So it shows you how much damage you're doing to your enemies. You know, if I was on the English version of Symphony of the Night, I could tell you for sure. But that's what it is. Alright, so we're going to go back and start that trek to the outer wall. These guys can be annoying, but I find if you try to stay upright and just stab, they'll jump right into your blade. Not always, but here we go.
待ちなさい。あなた、闇の力を持ってるわね。見たところ人間のようだけど、この城に来た目的は何？
この城を消すことだ。
私と同じね。その言葉、信じてあげるわ。私マリア、あなたは？
アルカード。
不安そうなのね。まあいいわ。生きてたらまた会いましょう。それじゃ失礼。
All right. I like the acting better in the Japanese version. Got our level up. And the other sub-weapon that I'm passing on, I just don't care much. There's two sub-weapons I do not like. That's one of them. It does damage, and what it does is it releases this, like a cube thing that ricochets off of everything and tries to damage everything. You just, it's just inconsistent at times, and I just don't like it. I like the timepiece, which I just picked up, so that's gonna really help us with a few of the enemies that are coming up, and one of the the doppelganger boss fight that we have. That's an easy button for that boss fight. Of course, those pits will eventually be opened there. Alright, so here we go. To my favorite enemy in the game. I don't know why, they're huge and they blow up really good. It's great. Okay, we got one more. Really didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. We got plenty of hearts, plenty of ammo, so. Yeah, so the timepiece is going to slow some enemies down. It's going to be non-effective against some enemies. And some enemies, it is just completely going to freeze. It really helps with these enemies. It really stinks to get turned into stone by these guys. Yeah, like that. You have to just kind of keep beating your button. You're hitting your button, and then like your control pad at the same time. So. All right, so we got through that. Not unscathed, but we did really well there. So we are heading to the outer wall. You know what, let's go down here and we're going to take a look through the telescope. This is a really cool part. You know, you have to deal with the annoying Medusa heads, but for the most part, right now, they're just more of a nuisance than a threat, really. Alright, so if you come up here and you just push up on your D-pad, it allows you to look through there. Now, sometimes this little boat with this guy in it isn't there, and sometimes he is. I don't know. If anybody knows what determines that, please post that in the comments, because I haven't been able to figure it out. Alright, so got that done. Filled up some hearts along the way there too, so our ammo's back up to 35, not bad. You do not want to fight that guy right now. That guy will turn you into ashes in a moment in just seconds. So we will be able to kill him and kill him decisively at a time, but not right now. And hint, the timepiece I do not believe works on him at all. So. Alright, got a level. That's good. We're really close to another save point, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take on our doppelganger. And I'm going to show you how to make this boss fight really easy. I don't know how to make all the boss fights easy. This one I do know. We'll save our game, of course. Okay, you got your timepiece, and what you want to do is wait till he hits the ground. This is pretty sweet. Hit it when he's just standing on the ground, and I don't know why I accidentally cast that spell, but anyway. And then just take to chopping, and there you go. Get your level up. Don't have the timepiece, he gets going, and he's fairly challenging. I wouldn't put him as extremely challenging. I would say it's pretty easy to beat. But he can get really annoying. And he can take your life down pretty quickly. So there's the elevator, as you see that I just ran past. We will be opening access to that elevator so that we'll be able to get past all these enemies. That door that I just passed goes to the library, where we're going to purchase our Jewel of Open. When we open the elevator, correctly, we'll be able to get to that wolf spirit form. And we're unlocking our first warp portal. Which is nice because you can open this door coming up here and get a heart container. Is it called a heart container on Castlevania? I don't know. And of course you're close to the save point. So those there's several warp portals that really help you navigate through the castle in a hurry once you get them all opened up, or at least get to an area that you want to be in a hurry, which does really help. Very, very cool touch in this game. Alright, back on the outer wall. And we'll take this guy out. Get our $100 bag of money. If you go all the way to the top up here, first you can get the Holy Book, which is a great sub-weapon. We can drop that timepiece now, save our game. And the Holy Book does allow you to kind of get through the library. I don't know, I don't need it as often as I did when I first started, the first couple of times I did the playthrough, but it is there and it does help. So yeah, let's okay, that goes to another different level that we're not ready to take on yet. There we go. A deuce ahead. Alright, we're going to open up that elevator access that we passed by and also gain access to the wolf spirit form. And it kind of allows you to travel the outer wall in a hurry once you activate this elevator. So I'm going to grab that wolf spirit form and alright, so let's take this down. I was trying to think if I forgot something up there, but I didn't, so don't have to mess with that guy. Here we are at the library. Excuse me, the long library. And it is a long library. Guys with the swords, if you let them go too long, they will start sliding at you very fastly with their sword and drop their sword in a position to hurt you. But what's always fun is when they mix the hunchbacks in with other enemies. Did well there though, so no complaining here. There's a free piece of armor if you go all the way down on the bottom here of the long library, all the way to the end of the hall. Some of the armor that we've been getting early isn't really that effective, but I mean, it's good to have. So we'll go ahead and equip that. There we go. And there's several ways you can play this game right now. Symphony of the Night anyway. I know it was a digital download on Xbox Arcade for the 360, and it is, I'm sure it is, Xbox One. You know, it's backward compatible on there as well. And the PS4 has a version of it and Rondo of Blood packed together that you can digitally download. The PS3, that was the first time I kind of started playing this before I had my physical copy of it. Was on the PS3 download store, PS1 classic game through the PS3. So if that's still available, that's a very cheap option if you have a PS3. Because the game runs around $100 complete for the greatest hits. The original, the non-greatest hits version is more even. So. Alright, so the reason we're going through this library is we're getting to the old man where we can purchase our Jewel of Open so that we can open magically sealed doors. It's a little tougher to purchase stuff on the Japanese version of this game, but there's lots of screenshots out there of the PS1 version store, so you can kind of compare. And the Jewel of Open, I believe, we're going to look at it here. I believe it's the first thing you can purchase. Yeah, it's the $500. Alright. I usually get a potion, and I sell my ring that I picked up along the way, and then I try to get a castle map. And I'm pretty sure that's it. It's cheap. So now, if we pull up our map, and there you go. So the light blue is of course where we've been, and the dark blue is just filled in the rest of the map for you. So that's pretty cool. So on the PlayStation 1, you hit your select button and it brings up the map right away, really quick. One of the complaints on the Saturn is you have to go into your inventory and then hit your L1 button to bring the map up. Really a minor inconvenience. And some of the complaints I've heard on the Saturn version, they're just not a deal breaker. Alright, there's one more item that we can grab up here, and what it does is it gives you the name of the enemies that you're fighting. So these aren't really like any upgrades, but they're good to get, you know, because we want to try to get all the items. So, and it is cool on, you know, if if you could read Japanese, or if you're on the English version, it is kind of cool to see the names of the enemies that you're fighting. So that's where that is, and we're gonna head back. And I let myself get entangled in the books. Alright, so if these things hit you, they curse you. And when you're cursed, you cannot attack for a short period of time. So it's an annoyance, and it can be deadly if you're in the right area and you get cursed. So they make a potion that you'll get from, they'll drop from these lights up here that I'm breaking usually, and I think that was just one of them, called Uncurse. And so if you ever get cursed, you can take that Uncurse potion and you're fine. Or ride it out. Let's go back to the elevator that we just activated. Pretty rough elevator, but no, it gets the job done. Okay, we're going to go over, and I think we're going to save it. Now let's see how we feel here. Alright, so next episode we'll be going to open a magically sealed door and going up the long staircase, and we will continue this. As long as you guys want to watch it, continue to give me good feedback. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you if you made it to the end of this video. Have a great and safe Halloween.